Yeah, and this is a follow-up video on the Zodiac spread, how to find your soulmate, or how to find out how you will meet your soulmate using the Zodiac spread. So if you are either a student of the soulmate course, or you are on the academy, or you're doing the subscription, either way you have access to all the videos. And one of them is how to use the Zodiac spread to find out how you will meet your soulmate. So you look at all the 12 houses. The 12 houses in the Zodiac spread looks at all the different aspects of your life. You know, from family life to work life, day-to-day routine, where you're heading, you know, your hobbies. How will you actually connect? Now I've broken it down to explain each house. So basically what you do, you use the whole deck. You shuffle and cut the whole deck as usual. When I cut the deck, I just cut it in two. Very simple, like just cut it in two like that. And then you lay out 12, you lay out 12 cards, and you can do a double as well. You can do 2 cards per house. So you lay out 12 and then another 12. And then you look for romance cards. You look for where are the romantic cards. So I laid out a few examples here, but I also want to use, let's see, I forgot 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is also a very romantic card. All of the court cards, look upon the court cards with interest, because that speaks of someone that is going to be very important to you. All the court cards are, you know, when they show up in full, it is people that we are very interested in, that are very like, you know, in our soul family often. But the most romantic cards are the cards that I have here. And I'll go through them just quickly. 2 of Cups, you know, that is a very romantic cards. The Lovers, super romantic. 10 of Cups, romantic. The Magician often speak of a soulmate, but when it's reversed, it can mean someone who's lying. So then it's like a false soulmate. So, but upright, it's often the, you know, the ultimate soulmate. That's what it represents. Knight of Cups, very romantic card. Speaks of a someone who has a strong romantic interest in you. Ace of Cup, that speaks of new love as well. The Hierophant speaks of marriage. So when that shows up, it's you know, it's someone that you can, that basically just means it's going to be a traditional relationship that will most likely lead to marriage. King of Cups as well, it's a very strong connection there seen in King of Cups. Wheel of Fortune, that's like a big destiny card, and when you specifically ask about love, it often then speaks of love as well, where you're going to meet. It's like the wheel is turning then in your favor. Nine of Cups means also that love is going to be, you're going to draw it in easily. So as soon as you're ready emotionally and you start focusing your mind, it's going to come. And it's also speak of being able to pretty much pick and choose and have a lot of options in love. The Sun, love at first sight. The Empress speak of the archetype, you know, the female archetype that will often be like your wife, or you will become the wife. The Emperor is like that male archetype that will, someone who's very willing and ready to commit to you and become your husband, or you will become the husband if you are a man. Queen of Cups, again, it's where you will, it just speaks of someone who's very, it's easy for this person to manifest love. So if it shows up, for example, in your work area, that means this is where you most likely will attract love. And 8 of Wands, that is also just love at first sight, often a relationship that develops quickly, will fall in love quickly, it's butterflies, the whole thing. All the court cards though, I could have pulled out all the court cards because they all could speak of someone you'll have a romantic interest in. When they do show up, they show up for a reason. And when they show up in the house, in one of the houses, then that's in that area you will connect with that person. So I want to go through it now. So let's say you get one of these in, I have written it all in, see. So let's say here we go, let me blow this up. House 1, ruling sign is Aries. So the zodiac sign is connected to the 12 zodiac signs. House 1 is Aries, so this speaks of your personality. So that means like your personality actually will attract a soulmate. It's someone noticing you. And it's often when you are on some kind of self-realization journey, where you are on some kind of like journey where you get to know yourself better. So you are kind of working on yourself to become the best version of yourself. If you get a romance card here, that's where you will meet your soulmate. Or if this is the area of your life where you really shine and you can be the best that you can be. So if you get a romance card in house 1, think about where are you most comfortable? Where do you feel like you can be yourself the most? And then that is the area where you will, meet the soulmate. House 2, ruling sign Taurus. This is your financial and material world. So that can mean actually as simple as you're going to meet your soulmate while you're out shopping, investing, trading, where you're dealing with transactions basically. Gemini, house of communication. So that could mean an online connection. It is also the house for short journeys, neighbors, brothers and sisters. So it could mean that you will meet someone who is connected to people in your neighborhood or someone in your neighborhood or through a sibling. So if you get a romance card here, you can check if you also get good card in house 9. If you get good cards in house 9, it could be communication or where you are actually on an interest group or you're learning about something like a philosophy or you're traveling somewhere. If you get really good cards in house 5, then it's most likely something you're doing in your neighborhood, like hobby-wise. If you get really good cards in house 4, then it's most likely someone you know from childhood, or you can meet through someone you know from childhood, or you can meet through like a sibling. If you get really good cards then in house 7, then it can mean that you're basically going to meet through someone that likes a couple that you know in your neighborhood. Or if you get really good cards in house 11, which is your friends and social life, it means friends in your neighborhood. It's someone close, someone you live quite close to. So if you get really good cards in house 3, you can clarify it by see where else you got good cards or where do you get the court cards. Ruling sign in house 4 is Cancer. That's your home life, often childhood. So it could mean a childhood connection to your soulmate, someone you know, someone you've grown up with. Or you will meet your soulmate through one of your parents, that your parents will set you up, or someone with a very nurturing, loving personality that you feel is almost like a parent, that is actually knows someone who's setting you up basically, who knows how to, who knows what you need and who knows who's a perfect match for you, and you kind of get matched. House 5, ruling sign is Leo. This is your romance, fun and leisure house. It's also the house of children. So if you get a romance card here, you could meet your soulmate through creative pursuits or leisure activities. But also if you're a single parent, it could mean that you will meet another single parent. So that's then the connection. You have to then have a look at where else did positive cards show up. So then go to house 11, which is friends and social life, and see if you can actually meet someone that will be a romantic interest for you. Or because you're asking specifically for soulmate, that's what you're going to manifest in as well, a soulmate. So when you go through this, look at the other houses as well and where they connect, and then I will give you more of a specific answer. House 6 is ruling sign Virgo. This is your health and work, day-to-day routine. This is where you know what is your routine. Basically, you're going to meet someone through your routine. So it can be your day-to-day work, or going to the gym if that is your routine, because it's looking after your health as well. So whatever you're doing to kind of better yourself, better your health, you know, better your financial situation as well by working and things like that. And other health routines as well. But it's more like the mundane day-to-day stuff. That's how you're going to meet. So if you get a really positive card here, just stick with your routine. House 7. And actually, if you get a really good card in house 6, look at house number 10, because that is your career status and direction. And if you get really good cards there as well, it's likely that you will get some kind of promotion, and therefore there will be new colleagues and new people coming into your life, and that's where you will then meet. House 7, ruling sign Libra, partnership. All partnerships, including business and romance. So that could actually mean that you're going to meet through a couple that you know, or through a business partnership. Ruling sign number 8 is Scorpio, death and renewal. So here is this is a bit tricky because it's actually the house for there's a big upheaval and transition in your life. So it can mean that something ended, but a door opened, and that door that opens leads you straight to love. So it can be a new job, a new friendship, a new place that you're going to be living. Something ended that brought something new. So look at the other houses as well. Where are the romance card or the really positive cards, or where are the court cards? House 9, ruling sign Sagittarius. Travel and far horizons, long distance travel, religion and philosophies, education, often higher education. So again, look at the other houses and compare, and then that will narrow it down for you. But it could mean that you're going to meet your soulmate while you're traveling, especially if you're traveling to learn something. If you're going to learn about a new culture, or you are interested in a philosophy, or you want to take on higher education, this is where you will meet love. This is how you will meet. House 10, ruling sign Capricorn. So this is career status and direction. And so if you're getting this is sort of where life will kind of, you get like an upgrade almost, like you get a promotion or something's happening where your life is taking a direction where you better your life in some way. And if you get a romance card here, then that transition is also bringing in love for you. House 11, ruling sign Aquarius, friends and social life. So that's pretty straightforward. Romantic cards here means through your friends and social life, you will meet your soulmate. House 12, ruling sign Pisces, the unconscious. This is a tricky one. Well, basically what it means is that if you get a romance card here, you already know your soulmate. And there is some kind of unresolved issue between you. And this is someone that you think about a lot, who has changed you in some way, that changed your beliefs, and maybe even saved you from your old self. So it's been like a renewal. This is also where you have some fears. And your unresolved issues could be just a fear of abandonment, for example. And maybe one of you or both of you were very afraid to get hurt, and maybe there was some sabotaging going on. So then you know who that person is, and hopefully then you can resolve that. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I hope that clarified things for you, so that you can get on the journey and stay on the journey to be with your most divine soulmates.